Isn't it strange that in the 1960s we had a space program that promised so much, yet delivered so little? What did we really accomplish? According to the rate that space exploration was at in the 60s, we should have tourism on the moon and bases on Mars. What the hell happened in the last 50 years to halt that ambition and progress, you have to wonder. We are still struggling to come to terms with the technologies needed for extensive space travel, but the fact that we are still tinkering means the spark is still there. We are hanging around the Earth, but surely it is not impossible for human beings to leave our haven, is it? It leads to the almighty question, is NASA just for public show? Wait till you hear this. Why did space exploration stop in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, and indeed, to this day, we are not as forward in thinking of space as we were at the start of the journey? Of course, it has been a process of elimination as we delved into the unknown. Makes you wonder, though, why they are searching for habitable planets beyond the solar system. It was all systems go in the 60s, so why did it abruptly stop? Since the 1960s, NASA-borne space programs have taken a prominent place in the media and collected accolades for their accomplishments of furthering humanity into the space age. But what if this was all a major front to obscure the government's interest in ancient space programs? Scattered all about the world, many ancient sites hold subtle clues that we have not been alone on this planet. The evidence is absolutely overwhelming that there was an advanced society and a technologically advanced civilization on this Earth in the distant past. It's hard to point at exactly what was going on in the distant past because we have been oblivious for thousands of years and are only now beginning to awake. Perhaps the demise of the ancients was a space event that the governments know about and directly threatens our civilization if we were to go on the same path. In this sense, we are cautiously approaching space exploration because when we initially jumped in head first, something was discovered, something of extinction level proportions that was not to have been taken lightly. Why? Because what was discovered was documented in ancient texts that are thousands of years old. NASA are currently allowing private space companies into the smaller picture, but if the small companies are only part of the apparatus of a huge space machine, then who has the blueprints? What is going on is the allowance of the advancement of technologies outside the bigger picture in order to speed up and finally tune individual pieces of the machine. What's the machine? Who knows? Best guess would be that they are building an ark that is so massive that it takes thousands of private ventures to realize the overall goal. This is what we may refer to as the secret space program, an effort to not only observe space or travel in space exploration, but to also observe the Earth and the alien connection to the ancient civilizations. NASA is actively observing ancient ruins all over the Earth, including that at Chaco Canyon in New Mexico. Why? Because at this place there are extensive roads that branch out in many directions. This was a center of something important in the ancient past, and the operators of this place simply disappeared. This canyon emits an energy that can seemingly be harnessed, and it seems this is what the NASA study of the area is all about. It is a ley line vortex and the intersection of many different energy fields. This was the ancient energy source. Not fossil fuels, but the energy of the Earth, and there is plenty to go around. The ancient operators of this site seemingly abandoned this place by actually leaving the Earth altogether. There is no doubt a connection between ancient ruins on the Earth and space. They want to exploit this connection in order to crack the ancient code. They are looking in the correct places, but they just don't want us to know about it. Ancient places on Earth have been the key to secret government advancements in technology. This has been the case probably since the 1800s. Now, when they began to uncover these ancient secrets, have you ever seen the CIA pages that are now declassified? This is called the Ararat Anomaly, the resting place of Noah's Ark. That's right, folks. The CIA has secret documents on Noah's Ark. But why? The smoking gun proves that the government are taking note of the fact that our civilization is older than we have been told, that advancements in technology today have already occurred before. that biblical and ancient accounts of history are actual historical accounts of events that happened, and that we are retracing our footsteps to a time that has already occurred, trying to understand exactly what was discovered and what happened to these earthlings all those years ago. This explains weird goings on within the government today. They are searching for the truth, and the source of the truth can be found on Earth in these ancient structures. Maybe the ancient humans left this planet because they knew the cataclysm was to happen. They developed unimaginable technologies and went somewhere else, hence the alignment with Orion at Giza, for example. Perhaps on some level they left a map for us to find in the solid buildings that survived the events that led to extinction. Maybe there was a higher involvement, hence the use of the term gods. Perhaps the very word God has been elevated out of proportion by modern cultures when it really means something like those who from heaven came. Heaven simply meaning space. It is entirely possible that what is being hunted on Earth is the ancient space program. Do you think this is plausible? We are going to follow this up in our next video, so be sure to click that bell icon after you subscribe. We hope you have enjoyed this brief video on the subject, and we will speak with you further in the comments section below. Thank you for watching, guys.